Bienvenidos and welcome to the Buena Vista Project, a podcast about Mexican-American history, politics, cultura, y más, coming to you from San Antonio, the Mexican-American capital of the United States. I'm Michael Quintanilla, your co-host.
And I'm Elaine Ayala, your other co-host. On this segment, we're ringing in the new year with something playful, something cultural, and something that connects us across generations and borders. The superstitions and the traditions that Latino families celebrate on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Welcome, Dr. Ellen Riojas Clark, Professor Emerita of Bilingual Bicultural Studies at the University of Texas San Antonio, also known as La Mera Mera Tamalera, very important this time of year. Erika Prosper, Nuremberg, a cultural observer, former First Lady of San Antonio, and our podcast collaborator.
Yes.
And our great friend, Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Shelly Lares, who's a UT San Antonio artist in residence, studio executive, and known as in the music biz as Little Miss Dynamite.
Yeah, so Dr. Clark, Erika, and Shelly, many New Year's traditions observed by Latinos in the U.S., from Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Panama, Puerto Rico, Peru, and more. And of course, rituals observed by Chicanos and Mexican Americans here in San Antonio will help bring in the coming year. What quirky tradition or ritual do you plan to ring the new year in with? Are you going to eat 12 grapes? I brought grapes for us to eat. Here you go. 12 grapes for good luck, and I think you're supposed to eat them like in 12 seconds. That's what Francisco told me.
It's on New Year's Eve, quite yeah.
I've never done that.
Or will you run in circles with suitcases to bring travel in the new year? Or will you wear red chones for passion, gold chones for wealth, and so on, or maybe something else? Tell us.
Wow. How about tight chones for a figure?
I love shapers.
Yeah.
Shapers?
So that's how I'm going to ring in the new year.
They come in
with
colors too. They come in colors.
Shapers.
Yes. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Hold everything in because what you want to be is tight for the new year.
That's right.
So I have to tell you, I wrote a story about this, and I went to Dillard's to investigate the undergarments.
Right.
They sold out
Really?
of the colors.
Red.
Like
right now, it's
red.
that's when we're
Gold.
using
Especially
them
red,
the most right
especially
now.
red.
Yeah.
Like days, like almost a week before the new year.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Especially
that's-
red. You were right, Shelley.
Yeah, they run
I
out
just
really
want to
quick.
know, depends.
Oh, Dr. Clark. You need to take it there.
I've seen them in lavender.
And I have to,
Only with my patients.
tell you, when I lived on Gunter Street, remember, Elaine, when Paul and I lived on Gunter Street, got this idea to do this piece because my neighbors from across the street, they were running around in circles in front of their house on New Year's Eve with suitcases.
So I do that
I've
one.
never heard that.
I do that one, but I don't run around in circles. But I do take a suitcase and I walk around our block.
Yes, that's what
And
I've
so
seen.
yes,
And,
I will. So if you see me randomly walking around your block,
They're going to be like, oh my gosh,
No, I
Erica's
did not.
leaving,
I
Erica's
did not.
moving out.
I did not leave Ron.
Erica's losing it. No, she's not.
I'm doing a tradition
She's
because
doing a tradition.
I remember that when I was in college, this wasn't my family tradition, but a friend of mine that was from Colombia, she actually told me about that tradition that her family all gets together and they all walk around their they lived in a cul-de-sac, so they got it easy. They just walked
nice.
down
Yeah,
their
there you
cul-de-sac.
go.
So I started doing it in college, and I'll be darned if I haven't had at least one great trip a year.
Wow.
I also have the other tradition where I have a little coin box, and I leave it on my front steps to invite money in and wealth
Oh, I've
Yes.
never heard of that one.
Yes.
That's the one my grandmother taught me. That's
And
the one
does
my
it have a
grandmother-
name? Does she refer to it in a certain way?
No más el dinerito. She would always be like, saca el dinerito.
Yes.
And that's something that we've done. We always did. And, I was superstitious wise, I always thought that was how we survived, really, because we always invited some money in. But I still do it. I still do it every year. And we even have a special box at home. That's the box.
Now, there's also one where you're supposed to bang pots and pans.
Yes,
scare
that
the
one I
evil
know.
To
spirits.
scare the evil spirits
Yeah.
away from your home and bring
Wow,
in
there's
just...
so many.
Yes, and that's a very popular one. And there's also one that young people are doing, and it's from a Latin American country too. I read about this one last year on New Year's Eve. you hide under your dining table, and it was trending on TikTok. And
what's the message there?
It's to bring passion and
Under
love.
the table?
Yeah, under
That's
the
unique.
table, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, because we're all crowded under the table.
Oh, all of you
know.
were in there at the
Yes,
same
It's
time.
like,
I
getting
see.
in a phone booth, I guess. The new version of that. But yes, it's like you get under get under a table. But when you're at a party, you get under a dining table.
Right.
And,
Well, for me,
there's something to that.
my family's tradition on New Year's Eve was always around foods that my mom would make, and she would make brunuelos that night.
Yep, that was ours too.
And not only would she make the round ones, which she would share with neighbors and things, and she would she'd fill a paper bag with sugar and cinnamon or whatever, and then shake them in there when they came out of
And they didn't break?
no, but what I really loved, which this was a take on it, I guess because we were little, I remember this, because she would make tortillas for this, right? So
cut
my
them
mouth is
strips?
watering. She would make the little strips, and she would just call them tostaditos.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so that was ours, and then that was the night that we would make hot chocolate too. So it
Well,
was.
we had to do the champurrado or the one with cinnamon, Mexican chocolate.
Yeah.
With the buñuelos.
So that's what I remember most about New Year's
yeah.
Eve.
So when we were kids, my three sisters and I, we started our own New Year's Eve tradition of, we would call it blow up Barbie.
Oh Lord,
Yes. Well,
that's
I
my
love
culture.
it. Like
That's
I already know what you're gonna
bicultural.
we would tie those bottle rockets
yep,
around her
yep.
and send her up in this.
Oh my goodness, Barbie.
Yes.
Well, cohetes. Okay, this is the other thing. Now that we get to cohetes, I love
exactly.
they're so illegal. But man, if you did a drone all over the city,
Oh yeah, they've done that. Oh yeah.
Who are you gonna arrest?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you gonna
Exactly.
arrest?
South side, west side.
That's
right?
Everybody.
Yeah.
The north side does it too.
Right,
Que no
right.
se hagan.
Yeah, they do it.
Well, we did that as kids, like the fireworks. We would shoot them at each other though.
The Roman candles?
We would shoot the Roman candles, or we would, and then we would do the grand finale. So we would put we would do the whole setup, of like. This would go, and then this would go,
Logistics
and
are involved.
Yeah, that was very serious. But I'll be completely honest. Once I got on the road, my tradition was playing somewhere during New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Like it was never home. It was always in a whole totally different place. But the band and I and my mom and dad, we'd always go have like a New Year's Eve dinner. The band, like wherever city or state we were in. That was our tradition.
You were
And you would have
performing.
at
right?
night,
We would be
New Year's
performing.
Eve?
Yeah, we'd perform every New Year's Eve for 40 years. Not really. So I wouldn't always bring in the New Year's with my immediate family. Not since I was a kid.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
usually with
you
my
were
dad
so
and my
young
parents.
when you
Yeah,
started.
but when as children, the buñuelos my grandmother would make. And we would throw the Roman candles.
Oh, wow.
Everybody just hide. You're on your
And
own.
somebody would always pop a finger. Every year, somebody
Yeah.
would
Or get burned.
I just did the
Heridan.
sparklers.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Unfortunately, my neighbor next door burned off his eyebrows.
my
But yeah, that happened
Wow.
when it was a bottle rocket, as a matter of fact. And we would tell
That's
him,
so
because our parents always
unfortunate.
told us, okay, don't look at it, kick it over.
Yes.
Well, he looked in
There
it
go.
and
Boom.
yeah.
They're
my
not tamales you look into.
Yeah, it's not the tamales where you have to make sure they're not upside down.
That's so
So
funny.
yeah.
Okay,
What a
Dr.
big
Clark.
industry, the
Yeah.
fireworks.
Oh God, definitely. San Antonio spends thousands and
Thousands of-
hundreds
The
of
valley,
thousands.
though. The valley
the
beats all
valley.
of you.
Oh,
I
There's
haven't seen the valley.
a
Are you
cuete
serious?
stand on every corner in the valley.
Tell us the
And
valley
you
story.
see them there when I travel. The cohete stands everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. I think during New Year's Eve, easily, I think my family, that's where they would blow their wad. Like it would be kind of like, like forget Christmas.
Save us for all
Save
year.
it for the fireworks.
Stay focused. Okay, Dr. Clark, you're the academic here. What do you think these traditions, why have they lasted across our Latino generations and throughout
That's
countries?
a really good question, because I'm just wondering right now, when did the cuetes start? I mean, when did that become
man.
a tradition, especially
In San Antonio,
in San Antonio, or like
That's
in the valley?
relentless
Because
devotion.
I was used to seeing fireworks as formal kind of presentation, So that's a
did y'all
really
remember
good
seeing them
research question.
when you were young?
I had
Yes.
no idea.
Ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm older than y'all. That's why. I don't know. But the reason why, I think, is because family gets together.
Yes.
And what's fun, and it's really, I think, fathers teaching, usually the fathers, teaching the kids how to be careful and all of
Yes.
that. But now I also hear gunshots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The city even has recommendations. They don't exactly have policy. And Councilwoman Terry Castillo has been a really big proponent of this, that there's no real guts to a law to do that, right? Because it's hard to find people afterwards. I mean, I hear them in my neighborhood, and I have no idea where they're coming from. But there's a whole public service campaign announcement campaign for, please be careful, because what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of accidents through the years in San Antonio. Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between a
Yeah.
firework
I
and-
can.
Yeah, you can.
But I live on
I
the
can
west
now,
side.
yeah.
Oh, you can now? Okay.
And then here's the other thing is that for weeks after,
Smell.
the smell of
sulfur.
okay, to me, the west side looks like the fall of Saigon.
Oh, yeah.
Right after, when everything is like el humo. You have to get inside and, clear your lungs because it's smoky out there. But yes, it's a beautiful tradition. And, didn't the Chinese come up, invent firecrackers
I was just gonna say.
at the beginning? So, I mean, they traveled the world.
Right. And Mexico has huge ones.
Huge.
And they, of course, do the ones like with fire, real
yeah,
fire.
yes.
Yeah.
And
The displays are
decorations.
enormous.
I think it's an honor too. I think the cuetero, the man who carries
that
the
a word?
cuetes,
The cuetero?
yeah, the
Wow.
person assigned to carry all these amazing firework displays on their back is an honor in the parades. It's an honor to have them, and it's an honor to be chosen to have that. And you have to
Wow.
be careful. Pero I also think it could also be the fact that sometimes families that don't have a lot of money, and I'm just speaking for my family, it's this little luxury, but it's also a joy. It's one of the few times where you can just all gather around, and it's a luxury that you can have that's personal for just your family. Also for the family next door that might not have the money,
They get to enjoy.
Everybody enjoys it.
Right,
in my
right.
colonia, it was almost kind of like the families that got together in our block. All the kids would bring their own cuetes, and then we would be the cuete show, right? Because we were living in the city. We were the
I
cuete
love
show for
that.
the whole colonia, and
Oh,
so I
that's so
think it's a nice
beautiful.
tradition to pass.
Yes, there's always someone on a street who has the show.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like on my street, there's the guy on the corner. Like we wait for him to start the show.
Now, I don't know, this was not a tradition in my family per se for New Year's, although my mother would do this occasionally. And it was a ritual, not just a cleaning thing, is that she would open her doors, front and back. We had a little row home when I was little. And she would start sweeping from
Yes.
one middle part of the house
Yes.
out to the front porch.
That is an old tradition.
That
okay,
is a
tell us
tradition.
about that.
Well, I'm not sure where it originated, but it is cleaning and getting rid of whatever
Old,
red spirits and so forth.
That's
the
right.
evil, the negative,
Yeah,
like
the
starting
Wow,
fresh.
yeah.
But you know what? You might relate that to the cuetes. Because if you're throwing out all the negative things, you're blowing them up also. Wow, I hadn't thought of, I haven't researched that at all. But that's a great
There's so many
tradition.
books to write, Ellen.
But you make a good point. Someone out there who knows this, because I think that's how the Chinese used cuetes, was to scare off
Yes,
the
yeah.
evil
Those
spirits.
spirits,
And I wonder if, there was a huge migration of Chinese to Mexico when the railroads were being built.
That's
I wonder
true.
if they brought those traditions.
They did.
And
They brought the
Yeah.
cuetes.
And then
Nice.
I also know that in the turn of the whole conquest, one of the things that the indigenous of Mexico used to do, you can still find these, they used to make molds, and they couldn't rebel, right? Because they'd be murdered. So what they would do is they would make molds of españoles, and they would stick
That's right,
fireworks
that's
in their
right.
butts, and then they would throw them in the air during celebrations. But the Spanish thought they were just celebrating a feast day, but they were actually rebelling by having them blow up.
Yes,
Wow.
I actually
That
have
is
I have
so
an
good.
ancient mold. Of,
Oh, you
of
do?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my parents gave it to me.
Well, it's our heritage then to be resistant.
Yeah.
And to really do
the heritage
something
of
about it.
resistance,
Okay,
absolutely.
so y'all, everybody has to teach everybody that one.
And that goes
So-
back again to the pots and pans, the noise.
But
and
I want to do it with,
scaring.
who? Blow him up.
Oh my God, Kellen, let's keep it. Let's not get any. Yes, thank you for that interruption of the broadcast.
So, Dr. Clark, do you see these New Year traditions more as superstitions then, or as playful ways to express hope, love, good luck, or more?
I think they started as superstitions. I mean, like your mom, the negativity, because I don't think kids know that part of it. And then it became so joyful. It became fun. And again, a collaborative effort. You needed kids, you needed adults, you needed the instrument, and then the other is you shared it with the whole neighborhood. So I think that everything has an origin. So it could be the superstitions and the grapes, for example, the 12 of them, and the blowing up of the sweeping out, and then the good luck part. Because for me, New Year's dinner, that's why I asked you, ours is always a New Year's lunch. And we have black-eyed peas, which means what?
That's
Luck,
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and you have to have hopping John.
What's hopping?
What's that?
Is it a man named John and he hops around?
We all have to invite a John. Always one, Ben.
Or do you go to the bathroom and do you go to the bathroom and hop in the John?
Okay, all right.
That's
okay.
another one.
What is
That
a
is
hopping
I
John?
guess it's a southern one that comes in. It's white rice. It's probably Louisiana.
Oh,
White rice, and it's called dirty rice. And you put, hot spices in it. I make that every year. And then you mix it with the black-eyed peas.
Huh.
So good
that
luck.
sounds delicious.
I want
Hopping
some.
John.
I want some.
I want some.
Yeah, and then that's my family's tradition. And of course, ham and something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you ended very bicultural, because then you ended up with buñuelos.
You make a good point. Ron makes black-eyed peas religiously every New Year's Eve, and I pop the 12 grapes religiously.
There you go. And that's
there you
great
go.
for Jonah, because who's now, your son Jonah, who is now in
Japan.
Japan. He'll bring
He
his own
just came back,
traditions.
and he's going to merge so many things together. It's so
Correct.
beautiful.
awesome, man.
This also reminds me that and this is just like a vid that I watched a couple years ago, and it was from Guatemala. And Guatemalans have a special tradition in the new year where they fly kites. But
Yes.
kites they're not just regular old kites.
they're not.
They're gigantic, round, in various shapes of these kites. And I think, like, if I want, this looks so San Antonian. We need to adopt this one. It is so beautiful.
Beautiful.
And you need teams of people
To fly 'em,
control
yes,
the
yeah.
one kite.
Pearsall Park, people. Pearsall Park is gorgeous. It's open. It's plenty of space.
And there's wind.
There's
They do
wind out
that
there.
on New Year's Day.
And yeah, they do it around the holidays
Wow.
and the New Year.
Yeah,
Like
it
it's,
is for the New Year.
I'm not sure what the symbolism is,
Yeah.
but wind is also very important as a symbol.
Don't the Chinese send lanterns up on New
They
Year's?
do.
Yes.
And
They
in
do.
Mexico
They do.
also.
And in Mexico,
Although
también.
that's
With
been
fireworks.
banned in some places because it's environmentally uncouth, I guess. I don't know.
Or not healthy, I guess. for the
Yes,
environment.
for birds and other things. But,
But
it is
again, I
beautiful.
think the sending out. I'm just seeing the commonalities with this: sending things up, getting rid of something, because it is a new year.
Yeah.
So you're starting out.
I mean, we give everything to
Clean.
God. Like, everything's just got to be a new, fresh,
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. So let me tell you the thing. My trick with my grapes is I'm going to soak them in vodka.
Whoa, baby!
Okay, so take your 12 grapes, put them in a
And
jar
put 'em
with
in-
vodka,
and then put 'em in the
like
freezer?
maybe a week before.
Or a couple days
Or a
before.
couple of
That
days
long?
before, yeah. Well, you can do like 40 grapes if you want, you know.
At that point, it becomes wine.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
So
I'm doing mine in tequila.
Mrs. Anita Martinez from
Tequila.
Dallas gave me this that tip, and they're delicious.
Wow.
They're
Yeah.
delicious.
They're delicious
Yeah,
that way.
I love that idea.
Yeah, right? It's a good idea.
You know, for the
I'm going to
kids,
incorporate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
they're
going to use
delicious.
tequila. For sure. I like
tequila
tequila
for
more.
sure.
So thank you very much. Oh no, go ahead.
no, I was
Erica.
gonna say I brought back a recipe when I visited Joan in Japan. They take grapes. And you know how we dip candy apples in the candy
Yeah.
apple? They actually dip the grapes in the candy apple, a
Ooh,
thin
that
layer,
sounds good.
and they put them on
On
skewers.
skewers.
They're delicious.
Really?
Oh, and do they
Because
get
very
that crackly?
thin.
Yes,
Oh, I've
delicious.
seen
Like a light-
this.
like
They're
a light-
crackly,
like
like
a
a
little-
little.
delicious.
They look shiny
Yes.
again. Here we go.
Here we go with shiny. Dale shine
Before
again.
we
Go to Dale shine.
before
Dale
we
shine.
go,
All
you
kinds
know,
of things.
I'm not really big into New Year's resolutions, but I'd love
Oh,
for
that's
the
a good idea.
panel to talk about, if not resolutions, wishes, or plans that you might have as, you know, we look to 2026 and a year that has been very difficult on our communities across the United States. You know, what government forces are doing in terms of immigration and deportations, which I read something recently that said these aren't
They're not.
they're deportations, they're kidnappings, they're human trafficking, and they're illegal.
They are.
So given that this is the state of where we are, share a personal goal or resolution, and then one larger for all of us.
Wow. Of course. For me, it's going to be, we have to create the change. We have to go back. Not go back. We have to go forward with this feeling of morals and a sense of humanity and a sense of incorporating all of us into who are. So I guess my New Year's resolution is going to be that I continue to be active to promote those kinds of ideas that are important for this next generation. I see the next generation having a hard time.
Yes.
And so we have to do something about that. So promoting that would be my resolution.
I think mine's in line with that. Yeah, I still believe that children look to adults.
Yes.
And I think if we, in our own sphere of influence, whether it's not just our child, but someone else's child, continue to show what an example of a good, humane, compassionate human being is,
Yes.
I think we can inoculate them even as they get older and are looking at the world or seeing on the outside. We can help inoculate them towards a positive point of view. I also am of the belief that I will not back away. Nobody here will, but I will not back away from reminding everybody in this country how valuable the Latino culture and the Latino influence has been to the
Absolutely.
creation of the country, the
Yes.
evolution and the success of the country, not just in our labor force, not just in our economy, but at the end of the day, I just discovered that the guajolote, the Thanksgiving turkey, the traditional all-American Thanksgiving, is actually a Mexican bird.
Mexican. It's
It's a
Mexican.
Mexican origin. So, of course, I was...
Talk about tamales.
Yes.
They probably
Yeah.
were made out of
Yes,
turkey.
so-
They probably were.
Yeah, so for me, I'm like, listen, the poinsettia is Mexican.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's
The
right.
guajolote is Mexican. All these traditions that
chocolate is
Mexican.
So the point being that a lot of the traditions that are considered all-American are actually, quite frankly, Mexican infused already. So the idea for me is I'm still resolute in my resolution to continue to remind people of the value of our culture and our presence here.
Sure.
Yeah. for sure.
Absolutely.
Mine is always to really grow as a person. You know, I know God didn't create any of us to be mediocre. So not only, I don't look at it as a resolution, I look at it as a prayer for the year. That God continues to use me as a vessel in whatever positive way that I can be, whether it's for my family, for my friends, for my students, for my patients, through my hospice work. Because, you know, when you're in those situations where talking about humanity, when you're having that one-on-one conversation and that connection with another human being, it just really just you really look at things a whole lot differently. So I just hope that this coming year that everyone around me prospers, not only financially, I'm talking about as people.
Yeah.
Because, that's really what's important at the end of the day. It's really not anything materialistic. It's not anything, financial. It's really how we are as people and how we treat each other. That's really what it's about
Support.
at the end of the day. So I just strive to be a better friend, a better daughter, a better wife, a better mentor, this coming year, God willing, because I'm already doing all the things I love. So, just when I think things are the best, God just come through with a different blessing. But we know that not everyone is in good places right now in our world and our culture and our people are, not in good places. So I just pray for a change.
Yes.
I really do.
Seeing a resolution as a prayer is a beautiful thing because
Beautiful.
it is our prayer. Should be every American's prayer that we hold fast to our ideals, to our morality, to our democracy, and that's what I hope for the new year. I think there is change a coming, as they say. But for me personally, my resolution, which is probably my resolution all the time, because it's the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing before bed, and that is gratitude, because it really grounds me to be grateful for this collection of people that was brought together, to be grateful for the next meal, to be grateful that somebody thought of you and sent you a card. All of those little and big things, gratitude is my resolution.
But I think it's fascinating you use the word prayer because one of the other traditions is going midnight mass.
Yes, midnight
to going
mass. Yes.
midnight service. So everybody must have that idea.
Yes.
So we really have to really adhere to our traditions.
Yes.
To
And
be
we
better
didn't
humans.
get a chance to talk about Three Kings Day, but that's another, especially in the Puerto Rican community in
Ricans, yeah.
San Antonio, that just adores that tradition and is out there and promoting it, and it's so beautiful. So thank you to that Latino community.
What about you, Michael?
Oh, well, sitting here listening to all of y'all, love all of these. I'm a part of all of what y'all said, but I find as I age and as I enter this new chapter of my life, I have found a new power.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying it. And this is a power where I am finding a new voice, Elaine.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's a voice that's so different from my voice as a journalist. It's my voice.
Yes.
And we're both retired
Right?
from
Yeah.
40-something years. For me, it was 45 years of daily journalism.
Same for me, 50.
And so and we're still practicing.
Still practicing. Yeah.
Just on our own terms.
Yeah.
And y'all are
No
two of the
bosses.
best to do it.
Oh, thank
Let's
you.
just say that.
Absolutely.
So this is a newfound
Yeah.
freedom and voice,
Yeah.
and we're hybrids.
Yeah.
Journalism has all sorts of journalists, and we enjoy this particular moment as this hybrid journalist of being not only true to our craft, but also part of community, more part of our community. So thank you for being
I
our
love that.
community.
Oh,
Thank you for
lovely.
being part of our community. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Yay.
As we wrap up all of this, we're reminded we're speaking about rituals and culture across generations and a connection to the year ahead.
And here in San Antonio, these traditions remind us that we belong. You can find our podcast on our website, buenavistaproject.com, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music.
And we'll be back soon. So until then, Feliz Año Nuevo and
Hasta la buena vista,
baby.